Hi everyone, my name is Christine Rees. I am a teen fiction author and I am so happy to be a part of Brampton Library's Culture Days. I was honored to be asked in the first place, so this is really exciting. If you don't know anything about me or my books, I've written The Hidden Legacy, which is a paranormal fantasy teen fiction novel about a girl who has visions of people dying. It's terrible. She's not enjoying it, and she meets an upcoming victim and befriends this person and decides that she wants to save her. So the whole book is about uncovering mysteries and secrets to find out why this person would be attacked. There's a little bit of witchcraft in there, which is great for all you Halloween lovers or mood readers, because I'm definitely one of those. And if you are interested in picking it up, you can find it on Amazon. It is an Amazon.ca bestseller, which is awesome. I can't believe it made it that far, so we're really happy about this over here. And you can also find it at the local library as well. Brampton carries copies of this book as well, and Indigo. So basically, any of your local book retailers should be able to carry this book for you. So if you're interested in picking it up, you can pick it up there. Aside from that, I do have other news. The sequel for it, which is the Broken Rivalry, released in the start of 2020, and it actually won 2 Book of the Year awards, which is really exciting. So if you're interested in both these books, they're both available at all online book retailers or the Brampton Library if you'd like to put them on hold. So besides talking about my books all day, I am also here to talk a little bit about the writing process. I get asked a lot about inspiration and what inspires my stories. How do I write them? So I will answer, or I will try to answer these questions as best I can, because every writer will tell you something different, most likely. We all work in different ways, and so my way is not necessarily the right way or the wrong way, it's just what works for me. So you gotta find what works for you. But for me, inspiration usually comes from music. That is a very key part of my writing process. I usually come up with a scene in my head from a song. There will be no plot to it, no character growth, nothing has happened, but maybe like this, there's a fight scene happening in my brain with this song, and from there, as I'm listening to more music, the story starts to develop with different genres. It's all about the genres. I flip-flop between quite a few of them depending on the mood of the story and what I'm seeing in my head and what I'm feeling in that moment. A lot of that works together to create this idea or the characters or even the setting. So I use music during the writing process. I need dead silence when I'm editing, but for the writing process, music is that's a huge part for me. But inspiration has come to me from a conversation with somebody where it's just a sentence that they've said where I'm like, wow, I have an idea for this. And then I listen to music and it helps me to develop this idea. So everyone is different. I also get inspired, especially this time of year in the fall. It's sort of my favorite season, so it's my time to shine when it comes to writing. I definitely work the most during this time of year in terms of creativity. And yeah, so you just have to find what works for you. What ignites that spark inside of you for creativity, right? Like that's what is essentially the most important aspect. And then from there, it's about the writing process. So what do you have to do to get this book written down? I mean, I write in completely different ways with different books. For example, this book, The Hidden Legacy, my first debut novel, I knew what the beginning was going to be like. I had a slight idea for the ending, but I really didn't know the direction it was going to take in the middle until it happened, and it completely shaped the series. But it wasn't planned. And this book, the sequel, I didn't know how the beginning was going to start. Like the first half, I knew how it was going to end. And so I could bring it there, but I had a vague idea of what I wanted to do leading up to that point. So I worked in opposite ways, where I didn't know the ending, and then all I knew was really the ending. And that's worked for me because I find that if I plot out everything, characters tend to take control of a story, and sometimes it goes in a direction you just were not expecting anyway. So it's nice to have it be a little bit loose. At least for me, I like to have the plot be, I like to be able to play with the plot and the characters a bit more. That that's just what I prefer as an author. And some authors will say otherwise. They will think that you should plot out absolutely everything, or others just say, you know what, let the story take full control. I like to be sort of in the middle. I like that balance between having a sense of the direction, but letting the characters kind of coast through it. So that's a bit about me and my writing process. If you want to talk more about any of this stuff, you can reach out to me on Instagram. I have a Bookstagram account. My handle is @Christine Rees. There's 2 extra E's at the end of Christine. It's also my handle for Twitter if you're on Twitter. And I have an author Christine Rees Facebook page as well. You can reach out to me on, and a contact me section on my website, www.christinerees.com. I like to talk about all things book related or fandom related, not just about my books, even though I will gladly tell you all about my books all day. But if you want to talk about your new favorite authors or new books that you're reading, especially if it's in the teen fiction genre, I want to hear about it because I love talking about all of this. So feel free to connect with me and we can chat more about it. And if you have any more questions about writing, either, again, connect with me or check out my blog on www.christinerees.com because I have a bunch of tips and tricks there to help you get started. So best of luck to you guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Culture Days. Bye.